Okay. Good morning, everyone. I see it's nice and sunny somewhere in America. That's good. Okay. It's nice and sunny here too. Quite warm.
Upstate New York.
New York, upstate New York.
Catskills.
The Catskills. Okay. I hear. All right. Somewhere north of the Bronx, I assume.
Torah has to continue. Torah.
That's right. Torah, you take Torah wherever you go. That is correct. All right. If you recall last week, when I was teaching you on Wednesday, and I had my father's Yoetz, so that calendar date happened to have been Tes Tammuz. Tes Tammuz, the Navi brings down that was the day that the Babylonians surrounded Jerusalem, breached the walls. They breached the walls of Jerusalem. This Thursday is Yud Zayin B'Tammuz. Yud Zayin B'Tammuz is the day that the second Beis Hamikdash, when the Romans breached the walls of Jerusalem. So we are beginning a period now of Golus, with the looking forward to the Geula. So what I wanted to do starting today, we'll see how often we'll do it, is just to get us again, whenever there's something that a moed in the Jewish world. This is a very beautiful idea. I heard over from a tape from Rabbi Gifter, Zichron Livracha. Tisha B'Av is called a moed also. And a moed means a place of meeting, like we have the Ohel Moed that we had in the Midbar. It's a place of meeting. So there are different ways that we meet with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we generally refer to the Chagim as Moadim. Those are Moadim L'Simcha. Those are Moadim in happy occasions. Tisha B'Av is called a Moed Lishbor Bachurai. It's a way to break. It's also it's a way of meeting with Hashem. We see Hashem in different situations. So again, it's always important to get an understanding of what's going on. So therefore, the day just doesn't go by, and we don't come away with something that we should try to come away with. It's it's not a day that you just go hungry and I wish the day was over with already. So I just wanted to start. This piece over here does not discuss Shiva Rasa B'Tammuz itself. The Gemara in Tainus does. We'll discuss that as we get closer. But this is a piece which just discusses the concept of Golus and in its broader perspective. Very interesting piece over here. This was for a piece from, it's kind of safer. It's called Mamari Shlomo. It's written by Shlomo Harkavi. He was the Mashgiach of Grodno, the yeshiva where no, I'm getting old. Anyways, the yeshiva in Europe, of Shimon HaKohen, of Shimon Shkup. Rav Shimon Shkup was the Rosh Yeshiva of Grodno. And Rav Shlomo Harkavi was the Mashgiach there. And he has a piece over here called Golus B'Tsar, the idea of Golus. So listen to his, we'll see how much of the piece we can do today. And we'll finish it tomorrow. So it says like this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Amar LaMoshe. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe, when he's discussing the Golus Mitzrayim, which is the prototype of the Golus, V'gam es hagoy dan anochi. Hashem, I think, told this to Avraham Avinu as well. But it says over Hashem was telling Moshe, the nation that's enslaving the Jewish people will be judged. V'achar kach, and subsequently, Yetzu berechush gadol. They're going to leave with an enormous amount of wealth. So the way he wants to understand this, it says, Havtochazu, this promise, he yesod musad l'kol tsar v'golos b'Yisrael. This statement that Hashem told Moshe is the basis for all difficulties and all exiles that the Jewish people experience throughout their history. And what is that? Sha'achar kach, after the Golos and the Tsar that the Jews will go through, Yetzu im Rivachim, they will leave with an enormous amount of wealth. Like we say in the Tehillim, Shiftecha umishantecha. A shevet is considered like a stick that you get hit with. Shiftecha and a mishan is also something that you lean on. Shiftecha umishantecha, both the stick and the thing that you lean on, Hema Yenachamuni, they will comfort me. So he says, Hashvatim ba'atzmam, the sticks on their own, Hema Menachamim, they are comforters. Umavtichim, and they are guarantors. Al Osid Yoter Zoreach. It's an indication that there's a future. That means that there's something going to happen in the future. Zoreach ubahir, that's going to be clearer, mikodem hagolos v'hakoh. Now, if we go through an exile and we're going through difficulties, it's a guarantee that it's for something that's going to be much greater afterwards. Because he says, Shalo kamidas basar v'dam ba'olam hazeh. It's not like the way people deal in this world. Kish adam nimtza b'tzar, if a person is found in difficulty, Husameach, he's ecstatic. Sheyipater min atzara. Just get rid of it and everything's good. But called tikvaso, and all he's looking forward to is shasof yemaher v'yigamer. Right? Everybody wants the virus to leave and go as fast as it can. L'klal Yisrael, he says to the Jewish people, Chidush b'havtocha. There's a newness, a chidush over here, something new in this promise. Shalom speak. It's not enough. It's not that we just want it to go. It has to be a profit out of it. It's not like we go back to where it was. That's not what's going to happen by the Jewish. That's not what happens by the Jewish people. Isa b'tanchuma, it's brought down in the Medrash Tanchuma, Parshas Mishpatim, it says over here. Akila, Onkelos again, he's going to go through the very famous story over here of Onkelos, the Ger. Ben Achoso Shel Hadrianus. Onkelos was the nephew, he was the son of the sister of Hadrian, who was one of the most awful Roman emperors who persecuted. The Hadrianic persecutions of the Jews were enormous. He tried to destroy the Jewish people, Hadrian. And Onkelos was his nephew. Rotzel his Gayer, he wanted to convert, but Hadrian had it in for the Jews. And that's why you find that by the Tanoim, you see they're all buried up north. Rabbi Kiva and all of them, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, they're all up north. Because what happened? After the Bar Kokhba rebellion, the Romans, Hadrian, they were so infuriated against the Jews, they forbade any Jew from living in what's called Yehuda. Yerushalayim was like, they forbade the Jews. The Jews had to run all the way up north. And that's why you find Tanoim, many of the Tanoim, that their Kvarim are all up north because they couldn't live in Yerushalayim. They forbade it. They changed the name of Yerushalayim. They plowed under the base of Migdosh, etc. As we get closer to Tisha B'Av, hopefully it'll be a Chag by then, but whatever, we'll discuss exactly what was happening. So anyway, Onkelos was afraid of his uncle. He was terrified of him because he knew that if he tells him he wants to become a Jew, he'll kill him. Amalei, he says, so what did he tell him? He told him, I want to go into business. So Adrian told him, he says, if you need money, I'll give you. What are you worried about? You're my nephew. I'll give you money. You need money. Somebody said, no. He says, I want to do business. I want to go out into the world. I want to learn about the world. You just give me an idea of how should I look at the world? What should I put my eyes on? So Amalei says, this is what you do, Hadrian told him. He says, call pragmatia, any business venture. Shataroa shvela. If you see a product that's selling low, right, you go for the junk stocks, right, the penny stocks, whatever they're called. When the suna bar, it's all the way down. Lech, go, you do business with that. Shesofa lisal, in the end, you'll see it'll go up in price. But, and you make a business out of that. So Bolo La'eretz, he came to them. For Lama Teres, that's free stock advice I just gave you boys, right? So see what you do with it. He started learning Torah. So Lachazman, Matzo, Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yeshua, Rabbi Eliezer, and Rabbi Yeshua, right? Rabbi Akiva's Rebbeim. Bro, they saw him. Onkelos' face had changed. They commented to each other, Iklos Loma, he's learning Torah. Kivan Shaboy, when he came to them, he started asking them questions, right? And they answered him. All AIDS, he went back to Hadrian, his uncle. Amalei, he told him, how come you look different? Right, Savra Nishiv Sada to Prakmatya. Did you lose something? Amalei, no. Amalei came Lama, why do you look different? Amalei says, she lemada to Torah. I was learning Torah. Well, not only that, Elishamalti, I got a bris milah. I'm a Jew. Amalei, who told you to do that? Right? I want to kill the Jews. Well, what do you do? Well, who told you to become a Jew? Amalei told him, you're the one that gave me the advice. You told me to become a Jew. Amalei, when did I tell you to become a Jew? Amalei told him, when I told you I want to go out and do business in the world, Amartila, you told me, call pragmatisha teroash and follow anything that you see is low down. When as soon as it's right on the ground, like start doing business with it, so it's going to come up. So Chazarti at Kol Umas, I went to check out all the nations of the world. I went all around the world. Below Ra'isi Umash, I never saw anybody so low. Nusuna Ba'aretz, that's on the ground like the Jewish people. So I took your advice. So in the end, they're going to come up, right? Oh, that's what you learned in last week's Parsha. Balak, Rabbi Miller always used to say. Well, he says, if you want to know what the Jews are really like, he says, you look at Balak. Look at Bilam, rather. I'm sorry. Look at Bilam, because he's looking with an eye to find anything wrong with the Jewish people. Bilam was looking with an eye to find anything wrong. And you see what Bilam says about the Jewish people. Bilam himself said, what Tamas Nafshi Moshe Sharm? He said, I want to die like a Jew. The problem was, like we always say, he didn't want to live like a Jew, though. But Bilam says, I want to die like Jews. So Rabbi Miller said, was he going to die differently than anybody? How do Jews die differently than anybody else? So obviously, it means he meant for what happens after death. So, but anyway, it's the same thing over here. The Ksiv B'Yeshaya, it says, Malochem Yiru B'Kamu. The kings will see you and they'll stand up for you. Saram Yishtachavu, officers will prostrate themselves for Hashem. So we see over here that this is the idea. Ule'etzem Hadavar. So he says, ostensibly, Kibel Hadrian Estamo. Ostensibly, Hadrian accepted Unclus's argument. V'hiskim le'etzem asoso. And he accepted the advice that he gave him at Kodemis. Shadover Yerud, that's something that's down, V'shofel on the bottom, Yeshlo Zman, there'll be a time. Sheyas'ala, it will come up. U'lechein tov liknos, and therefore it's always good to invest when it's low. U'lechein v'chiroso legeris, therefore Onkelos chose to become a Jew, was a good choice. Amnam, however, al hosafasu sheish osed liYisrael, to such an extent, though, that the Jewish people, that the kings will stand up for them and they'll bow down to them. Yisrael Yoser Gavoim, meaning that the Jews will be greater than the nations of the world. Tan b'minig ha'olam, mi sheyesh lo maka, nasunam alechem. He claimed like this. This is what Hadrian told him. In the world, someone who has a wound, right? Knows they put on it a bandage. Matarat haratia, what's the objective of the bandage? Alpi robe. Larapos, it's to heal it. Ulahasid, to get rid of the illness. Avalihisromem yoter mikodim, that you should become greater than what you were previously. Someone chas v'sholem gets a deep cut, so you put a bandage on, or you get stitches chas v'sholem. It's not, you don't expect it to get better than what it is. You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky if it comes back to that you don't see any scars, but that it should get better. That you're not going to see. The salzal ain't tikva. There's no hope for that. He says, I never gave you advice for that. That was Hadrian's argument to Onkelos, his nephew. I said, whoever saw such a thing? But by the Jews, he says that this is the idea. This is the idea. By the Jews, if the Jewish people are going through any difficulties, it's with the understanding that the end result is not that it's just going to get over with that. It's that in the end result, it's going to turn to be on a much higher level than it was before. So here he develops the idea. He says, Ro'im bezeh, we see over here, Chiluk bein Am Yisrael ubein Umos ha'olam. We see over here a very fundamental difference between the Jewish people and the nations of the world. Afilu ha'ma'aminim ba'asid shel klal Yisrael, even those who are faithful and believe that the Jewish people have a future, right? There were many times where people just gave up. People gave up on the Jewish people. They thought it's all over, right? The Jews after the first Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, the Jews came with a proposal that we're closing up shop. Hashem said it's not happening, but that's what the Jews did. The Jews came to the Navi Yechezkel. They felt that, Hashem divorced us. He threw us out. He threw us out. That means the relationship's over. And, we want to be like everybody else now. And Hashem said, it's not going to happen. But, and that's happened time and time again, that people have given up on the future of the Jewish people. But he says, even those who do believe in the future of the Jewish people, the Yodim sheyavo yomim, there will come days, sheklal Yisrael Yisrameim mishvulaso, they'll be uplifted from their lowness. That we should be greater than we were previously. That the kings of the world will serve us. To such a level. Ain't tikva. People don't think in those terms. That's not the way the world works, according to the way you look at it, which is probably true, doesn't. Therefore, they didn't accept what uncles did because it's not going to happen. But that's by the world. When it comes to the Jewish people, milai habitochon, the fullness of the promise, al pi nevuos, nevienu, according to our prophets, minhagenu, manhigenu, she'osid, mazir, that in the future, mechakeh, what is waiting for La'am Yisrael, achrei gemara golus, after this golus that we've gone through, vatsoros, and all the difficulties that the Jewish people are going through. Yoser, it's going to be greater, mehiyosa mikodem, it's got to be more than it was before. Kizau nirmaz, because this is the implication. V'havtochas, this was the havtocha that Hashem told Moshe. V'achrei after the experience of Egypt, which again is the prototype for all the exiles. Yetzu b'rechush gadol, we will leave with an enormous amount of wealth. Sheyetzia min hagolus, whenever there'll be a leaving of the exile. Sorech, it has to be lehistayim, to end. The revach, there has to be something new that wasn't there before. V'zeu mataros kol hagolios, this is the objective of all the exiles. V'hatzaros, and all the difficulties that we go through. V'tafkidam, and their objective is lahachin, to prepare. Sheyihu ru'uyim, that we should be worthy. The kabbalah satova hayisera, to be on a level that we will be capable of receiving that greater good. So this is the objective of all the exiles and everything, to prepare us for something that's going to be on a much higher level. Chazal gilu lanu, Chazal have revealed to us, Shagam Yisraelo amdo al sod, that the Jewish people didn't realize this secret. Umalas hagolos, the upliftingness of the exile in Israel, sheyetzu min hatzar, that when they'll leave the pain, va'yisurim, and all the difficulties, im harvacha, with an expanse, v'hosafa, and an addition, v'keshenemar lezeh, and when they were told this, v'acharu yitzia mikodemes, they wanted to leave early, mehasogas hashichur, from getting the freedom, mu'uchad, later, v'amral zeh moshel, and they gave a moshel, Misha Yosef bebeis asurim, someone who is stuck in a jail. V'amrulo lamachar, wait till tomorrow. Mishachar cheno, so we're going to let you go. Umosifin locha ashirus, but we'll give you more money if you wait another day, and you get an enormous amount of wealth. Wait another day. Ona lahem, so that prisoner will tell them, ani ma'adif, I prefer. Sheyishacheruni hayom, let me go today. V'lo lahamtin, I don't want to wait. Ad sha'asig ha'ashiras v'atosebes, I'll forgo all that. Ki lo hevinu, they don't understand. Shekol mataras hagolos, the whole objective of the golos, who laharviach was for the addition. V'lo lehistapek, it wasn't enough just to leave alone. Din came because, listen to this. Ma ha'ila, what was the whole purpose of the Gezeira and the Golus? If the Golus is just, if we're going to come up to where we were, then what was the whole objective? The purpose of the Golus was in order for us to come up with something greater than when we walked in. Amru Chazal, it says the Gemara in Chulin over here. Esther mina Torah minayin, where do you see that Esther is intimated in the Torah? Famous Gemara. Like it says, Va'anochi haster astir, I will surely hide my face. And the Vilna Gaon explains what does that mean over here? Haster kaful, this double hiding, golus kazeh, is the Vilna Gaon is saying. An exile like this, below revach, that there's no gain, an exile with no gain. That's a brand new idea. This was the uniqueness of Purim. That's why they asked, where do you see this concept over here of the exile of Purim? Just because to have an exile, to have a golus with no gain in it at the end, says that's something that was unheard of. Ki migzeres Haman, because from the decree of Haman, lo yatsu im Rabbi chayosim mikodim. They didn't leave with anything more than when they came in. The Maseches Megillah, in Gemara Megillah, Sholu Lama Lo. Why don't we say Halal on Purim? Halayosh Lilma. We can make a Kal V'chomer. Ma me avdus lecherus. If we leave from slavery to freedom, Omrim. When we said Halal when we left Mitzrayim, Mimavis lechayim when we had a death sentence against us, and we came out alive. Allah, how much more so we should say Halal? Umataretz, and the Gemara answers, Shein Omrim Halal al Neisha b'chutz la'aretz, that we don't say a nes on miracles that take place in chutz la'aretz. So he wants to understand. He explains himself over here. He says, "Tzarach bia, we need to clarify the situation. Lama lo omrim halal al nes shebachud. What is this idea that we don't say halal on a nes and chutzros? What is that? Lo kal v'chomer. Didn't the Gemara come up with a kal v'chomer? There's a good reason. If we see when we left Mitzrayim we said halal, and that was just from slavery to freedom. How much more so if we're going to be leaving we had a death penalty against us, a death decree, and now we're alive. We should certainly do that. But Tommy says, what is this reason? Like he's saying from before, Kivin shenisharim b'chutz la'aretz. We still remained in chutz la'aretz. Gam achar kach. In other words, even after the decree was removed, but we were still in the same spiritual level that we were. We didn't gain. Adain lo nikra v'evach. That's not called a prophet, and therefore there's no reason for halal. Rak Yeshua v'hatzolah. There was a salvation. Yes, aval revach. Was there a gaining? Ain. There wasn't. But tachles hatzoros v'harosu. The objective of difficulties that we experience is either there will be some physical profit, or beruchnias in the spiritual world. So therefore he says, the Jews didn't take any money. Right? It says that in the Megillah, Jews didn't gain any money. There was no profit in the end. Like it says, they saved their lives. The objective of Purim was to save your life. Below Revach, there was no gain in the positive sense. And that's why Chazal was so astounded. Where is Esther in the Torah? Where do we have such a golus like that? Remez lemetzia shel golus kazev. Where is there an indication of an exile in such a level? Below Revachim, where at the end there is no gain, either physically or spiritually. Well, Matzah, and they said, Haster Aster, there can be a double exile. Hester Kaful, a double hiding. A golus v'gam achrei a golus, even after that golus, Hatzola levad. There's a salvation, v'chinas Hester adam, but we're still in a Hester. That is the idea. Okay. It's come out 4:30 over here. It's 9:30 your time. And I know from what I think, am I correct? You'll correct me. Does the stock market open up now at 9:30? Is that when the stock market opens up?
Yes.
So we gave you good advice what to buy what's low. So then you're definitely going to make a profit, right? That's what they tell you. So I don't want you to miss the opening bell. So you can get your, you can buy and get in cheap on something.
There's no better investment than investing in Torah.
That's for sure. That we know over here, right? That's correct. Okay, good. Very good. Any questions, gentlemen, or we're good to go? Very fascinating piece, I think. Very fascinating piece.
It sounds like he's trying to create a chizuk out of the most dire situation. I mean, what are you going to do?
Again, you can only go up. He's quoting us the
killing
pasuk.
us. Everyone's killing us. So the only thing you could do is hold on. It's like a capsized ship. You have a beautiful liner, Bias Shady, Rishon, and then now you're floating on the boat. So the only thing you could do is hold on together.
Wow. Again, there were those that decided to leave ship. There are those that did leave ship, and that certainly happened.
That's in the Soyan. That's what Hashem wanted, obviously. Listen, the 10 Shvatim were lost at the time of Bias Rishon. There's no bigger chil Hashem than that. You have a Beis HaMikdash, and you're going off the derech. I understand going off the derech when there's nothing. That's it's a niceness. It's a niceness.
So this is he said that was the haftacha that Hashem gave to Moshe Rabbeinu, that whenever we'll go through this right Nisayon, we'll leave with a rechush gadol, right? And that's what we're looking forward to. Okay.
Amen.
Have a wonderful day, gentlemen. And any questions, or we're good?
Do you want to send you information to open up a stock account for you?
And that's okay. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. We'll pick up tomorrow.
Hatzlacha.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Okay, bye.